All right. Hello. Let me just switch the screen over and get started. The music's pretty loud for me. Hold on. Now I can hear myself think. Okay. I hope y'all hear me okay. Again, I'm still messing with settings. I don't know where the right sweet spot is, but because I'm like doing a lot of my audio through OBS, because my personal mixer cannot be trusted, let me know if it's absolutely atrocious and I'll try to wiggle some slider. And it goes like this. I record it and then I play it back to myself and I'm like, this sounds great. And then I go on stream and then I see the VOD after the fact and I'm like, I can't even hear myself. I can't hear even the music. I have no idea. So, hi Pixel Tuner. How's it going? Just getting up and going. Gonna do my homework today. And I haven't even started the sketch, so we're gonna start with the sketch, and hopefully we will get from sketch to 3D model. Again, I have incredible amounts of hubris, so we'll see how far we get, but ambitions are high. Actually, ambitions are a bit middling today. It's one of those days where every task on the task list feels like the most daunting thing, like an actual hot stove that I have to put my hand on. I have trouble convincing myself to put my hand on the hot stove. That's a horrible allegory. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, chores should not feel like that. But some things have to be done, but they feel like the most agonizing thing in the world to do. And we are fighting our way through that feeling today. Oh no, you're still sick. I'm sorry. That's a bad one. It's been a few days. I hope you're okay. Hi, Zergling. Let me know if y'all hear me all right. And Pixel Tuner, I hope you feel better soon and take your time. You can't rush it. But it still sucks to be sick for so long. I know that feeling. When I came back from Greece this year, I was brought a fun little cold back with me that lasted, I swear, like a month and a half. And even when I was done with it, I'd given it to my hubby, and now he had it for as long or even longer, so it was just passing illness around the house. Do I want to have like a little handle off? I looked at references earlier. I'm absolutely not looking at one right now. This one seems way too bent though for a start. You hear me all right? That's good. Good to hear. Maybe I should pull up some references. While I'm doing that, and y'all look at this half-baked, half-sketched whimsy that I just left on the screen, let me get like a little magma drawing and try to pin that up as well, so I'm not the only one doodling alone. I gotta set it up a certain way so I can still see the Twitch chat, but also see y'all. Here we go. That. Copy link. Come on. There we go. And paste it. Draw along with me. And pin it. That should work. And Jump back over. Here, maybe I'll move it. I'll just move it manually over here. And keep an eye on you. At like a glance, not really. I only have so many monitors to share real estate with, and I still have to look up some references. You know what? No reference. It's a stick with a sharp thing on the end of it. It can't be that hard. And kind of there. And get this back into the actual ballpark of the drawing. So my homework is drawing a scythe. And I kind of wanted to do another magical girl scythe. I don't know if that's just being a bit repetitive. It's definitely my energy. You wouldn't hear it from like listening to me probably, or seeing me in person, but I'm actually a huge nerd for just sparkly, cute, kawaii stuff. Love it. I listen to Hatsune Miku and all that jazz. And death metal. I mean, it comes... I listen to both. Hatsune Miku death metal? Sometimes. As well. There's some fun shapes I can notch in, like a little crescent moon, maybe, in here. I'll make it personalized. I think it should have some teeth. For sure. And what else? Kind of like attached to the idea of it being like a really gnarly painted weathered wood handle. Maybe I'll make a few sketches, and this will be like the classic, more classic approach. And we'll do something else. Did I see Epic Unity announcement? What? Epic and Unity are working together? Since when, how, and why? I thought they would be competing. Yeah, this is a bizarre timeline. I mean, I'm not entirely against this timeline after the big Steam announcements, but like, changes need to be a happening, and if it's for the better, that's great. I don't know. I don't. Unity. I'm searching for good things to say about Unity. But this sounds on paper like a good move initially. Unity in the news has made me sad the last few years. Yep, I'm with you there. We posted it on the chat on the DC. Oh. It sounds so hip to call it the DC and not the Discord. Maybe I'm just old. Blender news? Oh, Blender 5 is here. I'm checking the wrong channels, and I'm still getting wonderful news. I'm not at all drawing a scythe, though. Unity Unreal Partnership. Huh. Well, I'll be. You know what? Why am I trying to freehand this? Just look. Just even. I don't. Just. I need a stick of about this height. Okay, okay. And the pointy end should be about there, but if I'm doing like some fancy pantsy pointy bit details, it should probably be around here. I'll leave myself about that much room. Boop, boop. And say the blade comes off from there. So you can see Dully raging over this. Oh yeah, he has some Unity beef, doesn't he? I don't know the real story there. What if I have like some swooshy bits that kind of come around from the top? I would have to like figure out how to use the curve modifier, I think. That could be some practice. What if I had like some swooshy ribbon? Right? Like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. Just something to fill that big void of here from here being nothing but stick. Or maybe I'll like carve some inlays. Let's leave myself a little note. Ribbon float. Or carve inlays. Stick. And this is what I mean when I say like your handwriting is nice. My handwriting makes it look like I'm being chased by a bear. Of like the idea of just leaning into the crescent part of all of this and just cutting a bunch of crescent shapes into things. Like maybe having a little floating object in there. Give myself plenty of real estate. I feel like it should come up all the way up to here and then go be a nice big swoop. Big swoopy doo. All the way over there. And maybe I can kind of carry this crescent shape down and around. Something a bit more. So I'll probably copy this up to here just to make that nice and flush. Don't want to have too many like curves of varying degrees for no reason. And hold on. I think I want to have something coming out of the back end of it too. So let me make this a bit sharper. God, I miss my hotkeys. Myself. See the top of the curve, bottom of the curve. We'll go up there. And you should be about here. And then there. Okay, makes sense to me for now. Don't mind my chicken scratch. I've got a plan. Ooh, like a kind of hollowed crescent past it. Yeah, and then there's like another room to suspend something there. I like that. Hold on. I'll lean into that for a second. There should be something here. It feels like the weight of it kind of leans here for nothing. I don't know. GTA 6 gets delayed by half a year. Eventually, Half-Life 3 may get announced. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if that's real yet. I've had faith before, and I cannot simply be led to having faith in that again. Is that what we're calling it? The Gabe Cube? But yeah, it does feel like a very weird dream. Times do be weird right now. Let me like sharpen up that curve while I'm at it. Okay. You need to be warped in some kind of way. Ooh, I don't think my graphics card likes that. It is taking like 5 to 7 business days to see my mesh transformation go through. I didn't mean to rotate. Stop it. Sort of there. Sort of, kind of, sort of, I don't know. That's where I'll keep it for a second. Maybe I'll put a little, like, handle. Like, this is not the way you should hold the scythe. That's not the way they're built traditionally, but a little handle on it. Just have something there. And another here. Right. We can just copy and paste that. That would be the easiest thing in the world. Still trying to figure out what to put in this weightless area, because I think there has to be something. Maybe I'll just take this guy and give him another crescent too. Of some kind. More pointy bits might be the answer. And in that case, I can probably bring that curve in. I'll probably copy this curve of like the main scythe body. Once I fix it. It needs to be a little more impactful, a little more crazy. Oh, that'll be a little more crazy. There's definitely some balancing to be done. It looks like a tribal tattoo more than a scythe. Uh-oh, didn't mean to hit that so hard. Oh no! Why is Pikachu so tired? It looks like he hasn't slept since he hatched. I'm pretty sure they announced something about Half-Life. I haven't been paying attention to much in the way of leaks. Has there been like a leak in that regard? You miss 90s edgy weapons with questionable ergonomics. Yeah, it does kind of have that Predator vibe to it. A little bit. The rumor is that Half-Life 3 will be on the Steam machine. I think that just sounds like, oh, Steam must be making it, so maybe they're making Half-Life 3. But no, I don't know. I'm not putting my eggs in that basket. I mean, the GameCube will already be epic. Just for being what the Steam Deck is, but more powerful, and then also as a rooted console that gives you access to all of Steam. I was watching something earlier that like people were complaining about Steam being a monopoly, and I think that companies are feeling pretty threatened by what Steam is doing. I don't think they qualify as a monopoly. I think it's just a whole bunch of businesses sounding increasingly threatened that they are giving the kind of consoles that people actually want without additional subscription services and stuff. You're thinking about the Ninja Star? Yeah. From Predator? Okay. I can see it. Can I additionally make this magical girl though? Can it be done? Let me start by making a couple of things I'm going to have to duplicate. Not that pin, that pin. Not that pin, that pin. I like that one better. Steam also is not buying competition. Yeah, they're not. I don't think that they have to with their whole like 30% cut that they take. They don't have to. And I have some thoughts on that. I think that's a little crazy, but for all the good stuff that they're doing, I'll let it slide. I'll just put a little circle and then just trim it. I'm not overthinking. For no reason at all. Not what I meant to do. Let me get a vector layer instead. That'll do. Then I can just grab that. Keep that. not do that part, but do that part. Try to get this in the right. I want to make sure I stay flush with it. Here. I think that's where we're going with it. I can erase different sections of it. I think that's okay. But I'll leave it for now. And the next one, I'll just take one of these. No. I got it. Ooh, okay, that will have to move or get squished. There we go. That's a good intense arc. Okay, and Control T. Keep it. Scale it. And get that arc in a better place. That might do it. I'm squinting for no reason at all. If the leaks about the new Steam Linux memory oh, that's such a mouthful to say. The new Steam Linux memory distribution is true. That means that 8 gigs is enough graphic memory. They found a way to use the RAM as an extension for memory bandwidth. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Hold on. I'm gonna put my thinking cap on. They make little RAM do what big RAM do, is what my mind is telling me. Exactly, I'm thinking. Good deal. That would be huge news. Yep, especially after the amount of money I spent to have the 32 gigs of RAM. Sell your Nvidia stocks. I mean, what's his name sold like what, however many billions of Nvidia stock? Was it the Thiel? Peter Thiel? So, I don't know. Something's happening. Am I good with that arc? Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm good with that. Just clean that a little bit. I might keep that as part of... No, it comes up too much here. This is where the cap has to be. So we're gonna cap that off. AMD and Steam are cooking quietly. Yeah? I'm totally fine with that. Like, there deserves to be some healthier competition with some less toxic practices. Keeping the industry afloat. Let only Nvidia think about Microsoft. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I do not miss Microsoft even an ounce. My life has been much improved since trimming some of these things out of my life. Okay, how do I want to go about this one? I'm just gonna... What? Oh. There. Had the transparency on. Okay. A little too intense. Oh, I didn't mean to finish the curve out. Stop it. Stop. No wonder they're all getting angry about Steam. Yeah. Microsoft changed like how their store works recently too, didn't they? I don't remember the details, but it sounded a little anti-consumer. So maybe they deserve a little something like that to remind them they're not the only thing on the field. Okay. I'll just copy that on down. How's this gonna work? Still wanted to have them kind of centered on the pole. This one. Okay. I think that's our mark. And now we just trim. Two. This one's not gonna go past. Well, hold on to that one. It's gonna go through here, but it's not gonna go over here. Just need to get one more crescent. I think right in here. Didn't mean to do that. Try that again. Hmm. Does that kind of make sense? Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's try it. Seems kind of nice. You mean I don't want to pay rent to what, Microsoft? No, no, in fact I don't. Imagine being Microsoft bringing out a Steam Deck by their own, just to get extinguished by Steam's OS. Ooh, is that true? Like, is by a guy originally worked for Microsoft? I just love the idea that somebody left Microsoft like, you know what? I could undo this whole operation. They bring Half-Life 3 with the console. I mean, I feel like it's already going to sell pretty fast. I think the Steam Deck worked out really well, and this reaches the people that were like close to purchasing a Steam Deck, but not, I don't think I've, yeah, I did. I think I mentioned it that like my dad wanted a Steam Deck, but the only thing is he didn't actually want the screen and the built-in controller and stuff. He really just wanted something to play docked on the TV. So this is definitely hitting that market, and I think he's not alone in that regard. People just want to have access to their Steam library on a machine that can guaranteed run the games that are in their Steam library throughout their house. Like, without it being on their home computer machines. It's like, there's games I would love to play that are more PC oriented, but this computer is where I do all my art and work stuff, so I don't want to cook it by booting up Monster Hunter Wilds, and then, I don't know, my graphics card explodes. Which other platform does refunds so well? Yeah, that's true. The only like downside that I've ever heard of for the refunds are for games that are like short in their design. So people will play the game and be done with it within the 2 hours, and they just refund it. But that's very rare. Aside from that, it's just been a really good... I tried a game for 2 hours and then they decided to install shady microtransactions or blah blah blah, and you can refund it and it's totally fine. And they've even gone out of their way for things like the whole Cyberpunk debacle to make sure that like people that spent what, $80 on a brand new unplayable game got their money back. So they just have good customer first approaches to things. I guess you can consider me enough of a fangirl. I think it's kind of cool. I'm not super sold on this now that I see it all laid out, but I don't want to spend forever on it, so I'm gonna roll with it. It may or may not be a short and sweet stream today because I got a gig to work on. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this on a vector layer. Hold on. For this part I can use the mirror. Get a nice even cut there. Start getting symmetrical. It's too thick. I'm not going to draw that part. We're just drawing the trims up on this. Maybe I'll cap that off. Make sure that those read like handles. Microsoft attempted the market of Steam Deck recently with the AOG Ally products. Oh. Only have 2 issues with Steam games first. They removed a lot of your games? What? Because you live in the EU. And they were fast to remove them. In Germany, all the Alien games got removed. You only buy a license of the game, not own it. I had never heard of that. That sounds awful. Like, you've paid for the game. You paid for a license, maybe a language limited license, but if you move... Is that what happened? Like, you moved and then they were like, oh, you can't be playing these games you bought in the US over here. Is that what happened? That doesn't sound cool. Steam had to comply with the German government. Oh, is that it? No, there's too many Crescent now. Now I don't like it. If I do something a little more central, like that, and then have something suspended there. I think I kind of can move with that. I think I can move with that. Okay, let's try it. Back in the symmetry layer. And I get our little curves up and going. Try to follow that one as much as I can. Maybe I'll put a little floating eye effect or something. I don't know. Kind of like the idea of having some things suspended in the design. What? I don't know, but some kind of floating bits. Gotta be magical somehow. They were allowed to be purchased and they had to comply, and then they couldn't, and all games not revisited by the German ESRB got removed, even if you owned them. Dang. I feel not so great about that. Like, if I knew that was going to happen, I feel like I would have put my Steam account onto a machine that runs solely on VPN or something, so it wouldn't pick up that I'm not in the right place, and then just make a new Steam account for anything else that I buy. But it's a little harder to do that these days, I bet. Still, that's kind of rage-inducing. What should be suspended here? Maybe just a little sparkle icon. And then like a big third here. Yeah, okay. I like that now. I think that's really cool. Where is it? I just have to paste it in a new layer, I guess. Make sure it stays nice and readable. We're done with that, I think. Where's our other sketch? Here you are. Oh, not what I meant to do. I haven't even looked at the bottom since we started this drawing. Oh no. Oh no. You can't use a VPN because your account is linked by banking. Can you, I don't know, can you PayPal? That's so not cool. Germany. Dang it. Your brother tried just for the funsies. Oh, so they'll reappear if you move? Yeah, that's the major downside with like Steam. In the end, it is a thing that you're paying for a license to access, which is something I'm incredibly morally against. Like, if you can get physical media, get physical media, because if a service ever decides to change the rules, they can do that retroactively, and they'll just, all the stuff you bought was just for nothing. It's currently the only service that I'll put up with that kind of thing from, because my whole game library is there. And while I would love to do things like move to itch.io where you can like download and have a copy of a game, like just hone your copy, have it offline, play it offline, however you want to. I love that. But they've also had their own dramas in the past year. Everybody's got problems. There is not a single company I can think of whose nose is truly clean in all of this. GOG, yeah. Yeah, they are. That's true. It's a Bandcamp of video games, is what I want. I think that's kind of dialing it in to just put that there at the end of it. I think if I put like another little crescent, it'll just help balance out. Like this, but here and smaller. So I'm gonna do that at the end of our sketch, which I think is more or less, we can just start merging stuff down. I can do things like can I not? Unless I rasterize? Rasterize? I do not care how it's pronounced at this point. I can get that a little less. Doesn't need to be that much. Yeah, that's fine. Buy the game, then you own the whole installation. They won't have all games. Yeah. I'm seeing a push of people moving towards traditional media, which makes me feel happy. Like people are finally getting tired of what subscription services can do to you and the stuff that you pay for and the whole concept and point of having money and paying for services. Which, honestly, I'm glad. I hope that like traditional media players make more of a comeback. And the traditional concepts of, owning what you pay for become normal again. Oh, remember that drawing? I forgot about it. I'll just draw a new one of these. If it lets me. Perfect. Wait, no, hold on. There. Now we're good to go. When did this happen? Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I make like a swipe with a... You know what? It's fine. You miss old Discmans or tapes? Oh, definitely. There's my little CD player that I had in the early aughts. Old woman yells at clouds. That's me. Do you still use your old Polaroid? I bet the pictures look better when they come out of a Polaroid. They just have like an era written into them that you just can't get any other way. I'm just gonna start merging everything down. I did do that, didn't I? I'm gonna see something real quick. Yeah, when did that happen? Oh, it was the merging layers that caused it. Huh. That was weird. Okay, we'll just rasterize them and then merge them. No weird vector behaviors here. There. No problem there. Use it for special occasions like that's a birthday or like someone's friend has a baby or there's a wedding or something like that. That's like the perfect way to put this. Those are the ones that, those are the pictures that I think turn out the best for scrapbooking, and they look the best when you put them in a cute little frame, maybe a little handmade frame that you put on your bookshelf and like look back on. Polaroid photo look is perfect for that. Okay. And then put one of those rectangles. And then we could just merge everything, I guess. Merge. Oh, whatever that was, no? Make sure that that's gone before I do this. Oh, I didn't mean to merge it with the sketch. Not that one. Everything else is good. All I'm gonna do here is copy that scythe over. What in the world? When did that happen? Anyway, I'm just gonna pretend that that was there. And then we keep the original. Flippity doodah. Flippity another doodah. And put it over here. Somehow. Seems about right, but I don't know if it's too big. Oh, didn't mean to rotate. Seems a bit big still. Probably shouldn't come out further than this, but I want it to weight the design properly, right? Stop rotating. It's not what I'm asking. Maybe I'll do this. -25. Not that. -25 and enter. Enter. No. $25. Let's try it again. I guess that is about right, huh? At least now we know mathematically it is exactly a quarter in scale. For whatever good that does. I forgot I don't have middle click set up to pan around in the Clip Studio. I keep trying to do it. It doesn't work. Anything I can carry from there? I have this sort of suspended diamond. Maybe I'll just kind of repeat that down here because it's nowhere else in the design. Or maybe I can turn that into a sparkle as well. Yep, it's a sparkle now. It's also a sparkle over here now. Because I have decided it will be. There we go. And now we can do some fun stuff like add some teeth. Try to keep things happening in threes, I guess. Where should the little detail of the blade be? Probably here, and then have a little wave on the way across. Yeah, I think I'm going to draw this in a little wavy. Except for this part. I don't know what to do with this part here. I wish you could turn the canvas like that on Blender. Yeah. Even pretty precisely if you want to. You can type in the degrees if you wish. Or give it a quick flip. I don't know, something's up. Something's up right here. The way that it's connecting is just not terribly harmonious to me. Like if it connected here and then carried on through. And it would at least meet at a point, right? maybe it follows the sparkle a little bit. That way. Yeah, that's what I'll leave it at. Alright, let's give it a save. I think that's it. And then from here, we'll 3D model it. Probably on another day, though. Just wanted to do a short and sweet little hangout before I get back to work. Where do I put this? I'll leave it there for now. Well, I know it was a short stream, but I hope you all had fun, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day. And might stream tomorrow, might not, depending on how much work I need to get done on this new gig I've had come in. But yeah, I'll see you around. Where's my little OBS? There you are. Alright. Have a good one.